I was feeling funky. So actually, I've been feeling funky for like a few days.
There's some Rogers Hood immune tincture. Shots. We're going to do this with the again. Dude, ever since me and Bakai have been actively taking this for 2 years, 2 years, I haven't been sick in 2 years. I was getting sick like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
At that time.
I have an immune at home. I need to start taking it because, I've been feeling like these past few days, you're like, am I going to get sick or not?
It's like,
and then I wake up and I always feel like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's honestly my go-to. If you guys are listening, use promo code HumanHood. Get yourself some immune tincture from Rogers Hood Apothecary.
Yeah, I'm going to take another one.
You gotta do another one.
You only gave me one.
I usually only do one. It's 30 drops.
Oh.
I mean, go ahead and OD. It's fine. No, you can't. You can't OD. It's impossible.
Don't tell me that. I'm going to be like,
you can't OD.
I feel weird in this conversation.
It's impossible. Alrighty. Welcome back for another episode of Humanhood, a conversation devoted to humanizing your human experience and making personal development more personal. It's your girl, Melanie Peralta, and my lovely co-host,
Casey Riley.
And today we are going to dive into a topic that feels very relevant for the space that I'm in, and probably very relevant for absolutely everybody, because the topic is knowing what time it is in your life and knowing what time it ain't. And the reason why this conversation felt really important is because personally for me, I am in the busiest season of the year for me, like retreat season. I decided to launch a coaching program. We have Humanhood every single week, which, by the way, I was thinking about this morning, and it has become such an easy, natural part of my life.
Yeah.
And that I forget the magnitude of the fact that we film and drop an episode every single week. And we have a full-on podcast with like 30 plus episodes.
Yeah. So we can get into this later because we're talking about seasons and whatnot.
Yeah.
But what I have found, like my season of life, is bringing in more structure to my days and my workflow to just navigate, like adding humanhood and adding these different elements.
Yes.
Because next thing you know, you're like so disorganized and in la la land, just somehow making it happen. And so I've really been leaning into like getting more structured, and that's been so helpful for me.
Yeah. And there is, honestly, I'm in the same exact season. I really am. That's what happens when there's a lot of work, when there's a lot of productivity that needs to happen. But I've also been in seasons where like I needed to just step back from structure and productivity and dive into flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while you guys are listening to this conversation, I really encourage and invite you to reflect on what time is it right now for you? What time is it in your life, in your career, in your partnership, in your family dynamic? Like, everybody's situation is different, and there's a motherfucking time and place for everything. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about where you're at, Casey, and why you felt like you needed that. I mean, you said it a little bit right now, but let's dive a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I think for me, I thrive off of structure.
Yeah.
But I also love being in the flow of life. But what I have found with this project, just because we're talking about it, is the creative capacity that it's taking and the mental capacity. I didn't realize how much it was going to take to be watching these episodes and editing the episodes and pulling the clips and then having really 3 different conversations a week. Because we have the conversation we're talking about. So that's in my mind. The conversation that's dropped, that's in my mind. And then we're editing next week's episode. So I was like, something feels crazy.
I didn't even think about it like that, dude.
Yes. Literally, something was feeling really weird and exhausting. And I was like, what is this? And I realized I need to structure my days to only focus on certain conversations so that I can really wrap my head around that conversation, give it my all, push it to the side, and then focus on the next one.
Right.
Because it was becoming really overwhelming and really just like mentally exhausting. And so for me, bringing in that structure has set up my days, my weeks, my mental space just to focus more.
Yeah.
And that structure has been really, really supportive. And honestly, in that dynamic, I don't see a space where flow is even an option.
Yeah, no, not with something like this.
No, because I was flowing with it and I was like, what conversation am I like, are we on this week?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? So I would say structure right now has been really good for me. I find myself like going from like structure to flow to structure. But what I have found is when I can balance both of them
Yes.
at the same time. And sometimes you need to anchor into one more than the other. But when you can find your flow within the structure, like within the framework, that always works best for me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
Okay. So for me, I look at it from the space of what are the elements of my life? So like for you, elements of your life are podcasts, coaching, marriage, dogs, you know, all of that. For me, it's parenting, coaching, podcast, retreat.
Yeah.
Because retreat's next week.
Yeah.
You know? And so rewinding back to what, a couple months ago, what time I was in a lot. No, let's go back to spring. I was in like love season because ultimately I don't have my husband.
Yeah.
And I want my husband and I want more children. So I'm like, okay, I know that I'm 32 and I need to create time and space in my life to date and to explore and to like find my person so that I can, one, have my husband, and two, because I want more children. So I'm like, okay, that's what season I'm in. And I was totally okay with that. And then I met somebody and I was dating them. And I'm like, okay, well, now that I'm pouring my energy into this, let me not get so busy. Let me not be so engulfed in productivity that I don't have time to nurture this thing, you know? And obviously that evolved to not work out. And moving forward, then I get into a season of productivity.
Yeah.
But like you said, sometimes whatever is happening, you don't have a choice. Like you got to do what you got to do. And so right now, with my coaching program, with Humanhood, with retreat coming up, there's been speaking engagements I've been doing. There's a lot of work happening. Now I'm like, okay, it's not time for me to be like focused on dating right now. Now that's taking a back seat. Even though that's still something that's important to me, this has to happen because if I was putting more energy into that right now, that would be time that would need to be invested into dates or getting to know somebody or whatever, you know? So it's like literally even in just a year, 3, 4, 5, 6 months apart, you could be in a totally different space, but still know what time it is. Because right now, it ain't time. It ain't time for romance.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, even like friendship stuff too. Like friendships have to take the back seat for a little while, just depending on what phase you're in your life and just being able to navigate that and monitor that. Because I find myself like that too. I'm like, I'm having a lot of fun right now when everything's like organized and structured in my business. And then where it's like, I don't have space for anything, but I have to like get this locked down and focus on this and create this structure so that I can have fun.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? For me, even when I'm in a space of hardcore productivity, I do still need to make sure that there is some fun sprinkled in. Like, like I posted something about just like what space I'm in, and I'm being like very socially selective. And then like, you know, one day I was speaking at a conference here, and then that night I was at like a fucking rave with like naked body art painting. You know what I mean? And people are like, I thought you're not going out. Like, I thought you're not. And I'm like, no, I still am, but very selectively. Like, I went to that to go and support JR and his art exhibition that he was doing there. Plus, he gave me a free ticket, so.
You're there.
I'm there. I was like, let's do this. But that's an important thing, too, is I would get in my head a little bit about feeling bad if people see that I'm in a space and I'm proclaiming out loud, hey, I'm in this space of doing XYZ. And then I post a video where I'm like out frolicking at a rave. And they're like, oh, bitch, I thought you weren't doing that. And it's like, I'm not doing it with you, but I still need a little bit of it in my life. I personally cannot go cold turkey without fun.
Yeah.
I have to have it.
Yeah.
It has to be sprinkled in. Especially in my very, very productive seasons. 1000%.
It's so interesting. You have to like think about like, can I post this? Because like someone might see. I just don't think that way. I'm just like, everyone just go live your life. Like it.
Right.
I could literally care less. If you told me you can't hang out and I saw you with someone else, I'd be like, cool. She probably already had plans, or she changed her mind. Like I don't know.
I love that about you.
I just don't care. But for me, I'm in a space where I'm like brutally honest with people. Like that post you put up. That's what I tell people. And you know what makes it tough is when people are wanting to establish new connection. Like you're not really friends with them, but they want to meet up and get coffee or grab a smoothie or lunch or something because they are in a season of wanting to make friends. And it's like, I'm not in this season because I'm taking a step back or my capacity is tapped out. And so having those conversations is really hard, but I have been so committed the past year of being honest because like I could so easily white lie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't
You
do
said
this.
you were going to work on your white lies.
Yeah, and I am. And that's what I've been committed to. My white lies.
She's like, I am.
But that was a huge part of it. And when I committed to that last year, it was last holiday season, I got like hit up like 4 times in a row to exercise being honest. And I was just saying like, I do not have capacity for new connection right now.
Right.
And so many people were like, I hear you. And I'm in a space where like, I have a lot of capacity and I am trying to make friends. So like, I respect you for saying that though.
Right.
And so for me, I'm like, I've done the people pleasing, burn myself out, say yes to everyone, like have fun because that's a season I'm into, and it was just too much at some point.
Right.
So I'm like, where can I just be fully honest with myself first,
Right.
and then honest with the person on the other end,
Right.
as well.
Right. Okay, let's take this a step even further because sometimes for me, like, okay, so we keep talking about what I posted. So I shared this post on my Instagram. It was a screenshot of a conversation that I had, which I will give you some more juicy details that I did not share on my story post about who that message was from. And so in the message, I was pretty much saying, like, it's nothing personal to you. It's more personal to me. But sometimes I feel like people just reach out to me because they want to be in my energy. And sometimes, like, yes, I love being able to share my light with people and pour into others. But there's some seasons where, like, I don't want you to want to hang out with me just because you want to be in my energy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hang out with whoever I want to hang out with because there's an even energy exchange and I enjoy you.
Yeah.
And, like, the caption that I put on that post was that right now, like, if it's not productive, if it's not aligned, and if it's not fulfilling, then I'm not making time for it. So actually, that text was from an ex of mine. And I pretty much, in the beginning of that, I was like, look, I'm just not in a space where making time to be friends with my ex is a priority for me right now. And this is like somebody who's a great person. Like, we ended well, and like, obviously we went through things why it didn't work out, but we didn't end like, fuck you. It was just like, this is not right. Let's not do this. And so with that being said, then there was somebody else who reached out to me, and I was like, yeah, let's hang out. And it's because when I hang out with that person, I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, hanging out with JR, like, when I'm with him and we're like doing whatever the fuck we're doing, it's so fun. It's so fulfilling. It's like such a great energy exchange. Like, I will make time for that. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's also even knowing what time it is knowing what energies you need to be around. What energies you need to be around and what energies you don't need to be around.
Yeah.
You know, like, sometimes there's seasons when you need to be around energies of people who call you up and call you forward and fuel and feed your higher self. And then other seasons, there's time where you need to surround yourself with people who feel like home. People who aren't necessarily challenging your edges, but the people who make you feel like yourself, the people who make you feel safe, the people who remind you where you come from. And maybe like you're in a space where you need to get in touch with your roots or something like that, you know? So I think it's also important, not just like, am I being social or am I not being social? If I'm still craving to be social, who do I need to be social with?
Yeah.
That's super important.
Yeah. Like there's some like connections that I have where, do you ever feel like you're just carrying the whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to sit here and be asking you all the questions and like just reciprocate, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to hang out? No, I don't, because I'm not in the mood to entertain you for 2 hours.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like that's where things get tricky because it's like, again, who is giving you that energetic exchange back?
Right.
You know, and I know I've left some time, like some connections as well, or some interactions where it's like, that was so draining, but like, they're such a great person usually.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? But now I don't want to see you next weekend because that was like really draining and I just can't deal with that again. So it's like, do we have a conversation about it? Do we try it again? Because everyone has their bad days.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes you will have it to give.
Yeah.
There's times when, like, you know, my sister will reach out and she's like, I need you. And I'm like, pull up. I got space today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here, whatever you need, you know? That's not always the case, obviously, but sometimes you are super full and overflowing. And even in the post that I made, I was like, I'm happy to pour into my people when I have more time and space for that. Because I am okay with being a light in other people's lives. Like, it's not all the time where I need the exchange to be completely fair and even. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do want to be able to show up in your life as a positive force that you need, even though right now you're not able to give me anything back. Like, I'm just fulfilled by being able to be a light in your life. Sometimes not even sometimes, a lot of times I am in that space.
Yeah.
I am. And I think it's just like the nature of what I do. So much of my coaching is very personal and helping people get into a different state of being. And I know that my presence in a lot of ways really does elevate and shift people in that way. So it's like, there's times when I'm like, happy to, let's do it. Let's grab a coffee, whatever. And then there's seasons like right now where I'm like, I'm not even going to the popular busy coffee shops that I usually like because I don't even want to run into anyone.
Yeah. The running into people's crazy. Sometimes I'm like, why do I have to look like a fucking bum? And I'm seeing everyone at this coffee shop.
Dude, you know this is how you know that I went to such a low-key coffee shop to be completely unbothered.
Yeah.
Is that when I posted a video of myself there, Steph Smith was like, what coffee shop is that?
Of course, Steph's like, I'm going. I need to try it out.
If Steph Smith, the Babes and Brews coffee shop queen, doesn't know what coffee shop you're at in Arizona, then you know you're in somewhere low-key.
Yeah. You're trying to fly under the radar.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. Even today, like, I didn't go to my usual coffee shop because I was like, as much as I love talking to people, I just don't. I just want to run in and, like, scoot out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But circling back to, like, the being a light in other people and, like, having that energetic exchange, it's interesting that you said that because as you were sharing that, I feel like the season that I'm in with that is I do need like an even light exchange.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm always that person for people as well. And if I'm not learning something from you, even just like, it doesn't even have to be like you're teaching me something, but teaching me in the way that you're being.
Right.
I can learn from the way you carry yourself.
Right.
From the words that you use, like the way you talk, whatever it is. But if I'm not gaining something from you, like I can't be in that connection because sometimes I feel like you said, like some people just want to be around you to reap the benefits of being around you. And I think that that's a really tricky place because I feel like a lot of like trauma and triggers can like get in your head about that. Like if you feel that energy that someone only wants to be around you for that reason.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like curious, how do you navigate that when you know point blank? It's like, this doesn't feel like a real authentic connection here or requests to be together, hang out type of thing.
Okay, so one thing is, even if it's not an even energy exchange, it does have to be authentic.
Yes.
Like, it can't be no phony baloney, no fake shit. It can't be like, we don't really vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have to vibe. There has to be, we got to click. There has to be a chemistry, a genuine chemistry between us. But me personally, I can be very charitable with my energy. And I enjoy that. I feel like that's a part of my purpose on this planet.
Okay.
You know, is to just like go out and be a ray of sunshine. Like, bitch, I even like to just like smile at people at the Dollar Tree. Like, hello.
Yeah.
You know? So I look at it from that perspective, because, and I use the word like charitable energy, because sometimes I do have a heart for people, and I do have to be careful with this. I have to have boundaries with this for sure, but I do have a heart for people who just need positivity, or need an example, or need someone who does live at a certain standard. Sometimes you need to be surrounded by that. And there's definitely been times in my life where I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by people like that, and they were happy to pour into me even though I didn't have anything to offer them at the time. And so I do think that like there are pockets of life where we get to be just really giving with our energy. But going back to the topic of knowing what time it is tune in. Do you have the capacity for that? Are you trying to people please because you want to be liked, or you don't want to be a bitch, or whatever, you know? Like, there's a way to go about everything.
Yeah.
There's a way to go, because guess what? Even when my ex sent me that message and like wanted to hang out, because his thing is like, I know we're not together, but you're such an amazing person. Like, I just want to be around you. And I'm like, that's great. No thanks. Not now. And when I said, you know, sometimes I was like, there's always someone who wants to be in my energy. He actually responded so beautifully and so gracefully. It was just like, I really understand. I completely understand. And I respect that. I've always appreciated your transparency and your honesty. And like, with that being said, I just want you to know that if there ever is an opportunity for me to pour into you, like, I would like to do that as well. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Noted.
I don't know what your idea of that looks like, sir.
It's like,
but
you want me to pour into you?
I'm like, actually, you can DoorDash me dinner tonight, so I don't have to cook. But, you know, like, knowing how to go about those situations, because I said what I said, very straightforward, but I wasn't a total bitch about it.
Yeah.
To where he was like, okay, I'm able to receive that. And I actually am going to be posting a video about this on my Instagram soon. By the time this is out, it's probably already be out. But you will know who is who in your life when you tell them no.
Yes.
When they receive that no, he was so respectful and graceful and awesome about it, you know, like, cool, thank you, I appreciate that. And then recently I had somebody in my life who received a no from me, and they got like real in their ego. Yeah. Like someone who wanted more time with me and stuff, like a guy who was trying to date me, and I was just like, told him I'm not interested. And he immediately was like, I don't think you know who I am. Like, your loss. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I'm just being honest. And I was very kind and sweet and graceful about it. So in the post that I made, I was like, you can always tell a lot about people when they don't get what they want from you.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, because even last year when I had to send like multiple messages declining different invites, the way they responded was like, okay, when I am in a season of connection, I'll definitely reach back out to you.
Totally.
Because you were so understanding. You were so like loving about it. You know, someone even said like, thank you for being an example of like how I can set boundaries for myself and like maintain my own capacity, because I'm really bad at that.
Right.
Some people don't respond because they get uncomfortable or make it about them. Some people get egotistical and rude about it. So that's like the major key right there.
Yeah.
It's like how you respond is going to be like whether or not that connection is even an option moving forward.
Right.
You know?
Yes. How you answer, and how you answer if you're the one that's being sought out, or how you respond if you're the one that's doing the seeking out. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so that's like social, right? That's like social friendships and stuff like that. It's also the space that I'm in right now, prepping for retreat too. And like just knowing that so much of everything that I'm doing is requiring a lot of mental capacity. And dude, mental capacity is so draining.
It is.
It really, really is. So I have taken off the month with my trainer at the gym, which was very hard for me to do because I've been working out, doing strength training Monday through Thursday, and I've gotten very into my routine of that. And this month, I haven't been working with him, and I've probably been going to the gym and working out maybe like twice a week. Because for me, my gym routine, it does take a toll on me, like my body. It does, because I do a lot of like weights and stuff. So that was also know what time it is type of choice, because for me, right, as soon as retreat's over, girl, I can frolic in the wind for a little while.
Yeah.
As soon as retreat's over, like I can really, really breathe differently. And I can afford to do absolutely any activity that may drain my energy. Like truly, you know? So I'm like, okay, I've got a lot of things that require my mental capacity right now, like a lot of things. Let me not go to the gym as much. Let me just get enough movement in. I've been going for my walks, and still like we went to Pilates that one day.
That took me out for the day, by the way. I was like trembling.
It was funny because I'm not used to doing exercises like that.
Yeah.
So later in the day, I was like, shit, I need to go to the gym. And I was like, wait, I did a Pilates
You
class
did it.
earlier. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But that also comes with something, because I went to the gym yesterday and was like challenging myself with heavier weights again. And because I haven't been strength training as much, I was weaker. And so that was like a sacrifice that I knew I was going to make. But I'm like, I know why I'm sacrificing this right now. I will get back like my strength back up. And after retreat and everything's, you know, once things really like settle in my life, I'll be able to get full-fledged back into my regular routine. But that was really hard. Yeah. Because I'm somebody who, I've been committed to my strength training journey for a year now. And that's been a new choice for me, a new self-commitment, a new thing that has expanded me as a person and my edges and my boundaries. Because I'm like, look at the fuck I'm capable of. Holy shit, you know? So letting go of that, and then like technically losing some progress because my strength has declined, that was like a really, really tough one.
Yeah, my gym is non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been going to the gym every day for 10 years now.
Every day?
Every day.
Like Saturday, Sunday too?
Every day. Wow. Yes.
What do you do at the gym?
I alternate. So I do Pure Bar every other day, which is a strength training, but it's not like heavy weights, but it's like a Pilates every other day. And then on the other days, I do cardio, mainly just like walking on an incline for like an hour plus. I don't run or any of that anymore, but I have to do something every day. Like I wake up in the morning, go. That is something I will not
Really?
will not, unless like I'm not feeling well, or like if I'm on vacation, I'll be like, oh, I'll just go on a hike, or if I'm going to be more active outside. But like that is a non-negotiable for me.
Really?
It just makes me feel so good. And it's not even about like, do I have to push myself every day? It's like, I just need to like move my body and feel good. And what I notice when I take time off, I lose a bunch of weight.
Yes.
So if I'm on vacation and I'm not doing my normal routine, I'll lose like 5 pounds on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this strength training like really keeps your muscles.
No,
like,
it really, I get like that too.
Yeah.
As soon as I stop working out, I lose weight too. I get skinny. I mean, sorry if you're on the other end, you're like, yeah, bitch, I wish I had that problem. But it is a real thing.
Weight on vacation.
It is a real thing though.
It
like
is.
when you work to put on weight, because like I have never loved being scrawny. Like I didn't. That was a big reason why I wanted to get stronger too. Like I want to feel strong in my body.
Yeah.
So I feel you.
Yeah. So exercise is like my absolute non-negotiable. I'm trying to think like, what do I have to cut? The first thing I cut when I feel like I'm overwhelmed is time with friends.
Yeah. I know that for you.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like to me, like my health is number one always.
Yeah.
So if I can wake up, I can go to the gym, I can get whatever I need done, then I have time for play.
Yeah.
But yeah, gym, anything with my health, that stuff, it usually is pretty locked in.
Yeah. I feel like if I was in a relationship with a committed partner, then I would probably cut out more friend time too. But for me, if I don't get friend time when I need it, I'm literally alone.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
A lot. You know? So it's like I need to be with people.
Yeah, that's your connection is other people, friends.
Right,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think like, do I cut time with Brian? Not really. Yeah. I don't really see him that often.
He's working all the time.
You know, he's working all the time. And on our weekends, we have the things that we do. Like for me and him, our non-negotiable, it's called morning things on the weekend. It's like, I want to go to the gym with you and I want to go get coffee together. Like that's, and have breakfast. Like that's what I want to do. So after that, you can golf, you can go do whatever you want. But like morning things. Morning things. Those are our things. Like
I love that.
Like that's like my non-negotiable. When anything like gets in the way of morning things, I get pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is like I don't need a lot of time.
Yeah.
I really don't. I just need a little bit of like real good quality time. Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm totally fine. Go golf all day because I got my morning things.
Yeah. She's like, my morning things are done. I feel fulfilled.
Exactly.
Now go do you, boo.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You know what's another one too is like, for me, family time. Because there's times when I'm like, I need to be with my dad. I'm like, I need my dad. And then there's times I'm like, I need to stay away from my family.
Totally. I need some space.
Like dad's calling me and I'm like, letting it ring. Sorry, Dad, if you're listening. But then there's other times where I'm like, I really miss my dad. Like, I just need to go and hang out with my dad and just like see his silly faces that he makes.
Yeah.
You know, I get into those times where I'm like, I need to go to my hometown. I need to go take a drive and go visit my tata or something like that. Like, I'll really, really get into spaces of feeling like a little homesick, if you will, you know, like I need to be around like my tribe.
Yeah. That's something I would do like randomly too. I would get that urge and I would just like go to my parents' house like on a random afternoon and we would just sit there like talking all afternoon. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 8 p.m. Like I gotta go home, you know?
Yeah.
But just like that good wholesome time. You're just sitting on the couch with like a movie in the background and you're just like eating the leftovers in the fridge, whatever is there, and just like real quality time.
Yeah.
That's always super good.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that, it's like take a little, not even a little, just take a life audit, you know, look at all of the areas of your life, physical, mental, emotional, financial, social, spiritual. Look at all of those elements and see what's needed. It might be time for you to like save some money. It might be time for you to go buy yourself something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, stop being so fucking frugal, bitch. You got holes in your chonies. Like, it's time for some new panties, bitch. You know, like, get rid of those. Know what time it is, okay?
Oh
but also, like, it might be time for you to get serious about your health.
yeah.
Or it might be time for you to enjoy a fucking butter croissant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's always a different season for a different reason.
Yeah.
And it's always important to be so tuned in with yourself and to constantly be evaluating what time is it for me right now? What are my needs right now? What are my non-negotiables? And what are the things that I do need to stay away from? Whether that's a certain type of lifestyle, certain type of friendships, certain type of activities, whatever that is, just get really clear on that. And the clearer that you are on those things, that will help you stay aligned. That will help you stay grounded. That will help you stay evolving because you're actually fueling yourself in the way that you need to and whatever time you need that in. And that's where true growth and expansion happens. It's like constantly getting your needs met, whatever they are, and making sure that you operate intelligently and intentionally to get them met properly.
Yes, but also like being mindful of not being selfish about it either, because I feel like someone,
I like that.
because someone can listen to this and then be like, okay, well, my needs need to be met. Like, I don't need you in my life right now, but I need you, and like they're operating like a little unconsciously.
Totally.
And so I think it's really important of being mindful, especially when other people are involved. You know,
Right,
it's like,
right,
okay, you
right.
can't just go like bulldozing people and things and relationships. It's like just being really solid in what you need.
Right.
And then like communicating as such, because I could see people getting like real loose out there.
Right. Well, I think that goes to like really evaluating the whole ecosystem of your life. Because also, like, for me as a parent, yeah, there's definitely times where I want like alone time, but what's needed, what time it is my son actually needs me.
Right.
And that is the priority.
Yeah.
So it's really based off of like, what does your life look like? What are the elements of your world consist of, and what is needed for you, but also just your reality as a whole. I'm glad you brought that up. That was a good point.
Yeah, because I remember I had the conversation with someone where I texted them and they were like, I love to hear from you every day. I was like, I could talk to you once a week. And they got like really sad about it.
Well, damn, if you said it like that, bitch, I'd be a little salty too. I could talk to you once a week.
Well, it was like, and I don't know if it was that aggressive,
Okay.
but it was definitely like them saying that they wanted more, like, communication from me. And I was
Yeah.
like, that feels like a lot. I
Yeah.
don't, and I'm not going to give that to you.
Yeah.
You know, so like everyone is so different. So it's like for those people who are really important to your life, like making sure like those conversations are had
Yeah.
and everyone's understanding of each other and like meeting in the middle.
Yes. Yes. Be nice about it if you care about your people, you know? But also, in the other way, be accepting about it if you care about your people.
Yeah, being accepting, because what you need is like completely different than what someone else needs.
Yeah,
I don't know.
totally. And so I went through that with a friend, and she was in her season of like, and I think I might have shared this story in a similar way in the past, but like, she was in a season where she needed to prioritize herself, and she was like gone for a big chunk of my year when I had a lot of things going on in my life. And even though I was honoring where she was at, and I wasn't mad at her for not being there for me, but later on I did get to have the conversation with her of saying like, hey, I know that this is the space that you were in, and I was respecting that and honoring that, and I was in this space over here, but I did really miss you. Like it made me sad that you were gone that long, you know, because I could have sat there and acted like it's fine, I don't care.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't have been true. So it might be hard for you to honor somebody's season. It might be challenging for you to give them their space because maybe you do need them. But you have the opportunity to respect their space and be graceful about it. And you have the opportunity to express how you felt about it later on. Because then when I did that, she was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Thank you for respecting my space. But like, she didn't even realize that I was affected by it as much as I was, you know? So there's so much opportunity for connection and deepening our relationships through these different things. So, like I said, do the life audit. Mental, emotional, physical, financial, spiritual, social. Some of y'all need to get closer to God, bitch. Some of y'all, that's what time it is for you. But do a life audit and check in and design your days and design your life accordingly.
Yeah. That's all I got for you.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Until next time.